And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Apparently, today is the big one. Today is what media is reporting, the crescendo of Ten Hag's not to be or be, or you know what I mean. What is this all about? Is it media expectation building up that crescendo? Yeah, of course, we're going to talk about that. This is a big expose, and not really the big expose, but aren't you tired as a fan for years sitting there reading the Sky Sports and all them media reports to have a little bit of agenda about Manchester United, and especially when we are doing bad or even good, there's always a negative connotation about Man United, and especially when it comes to managers. We've seen the script before. 100% they build up the manager, and then 18 months down the track, they start writing stories about getting rid of the manager. It is the media power at the end of the day. We're going to talk about what is this meeting all about, what's going on right now. We're just going to talk about the outcome, what this might be for Eric Ten Hag, who's apparently gone on vacation and said earlier that we are all on the same page. We are on a project rebuild, meaning ground zero. We start from scratch. And this is a little bit what it's all about, guys. We're going to talk about it cool and composed as per usual on this channel, giving you a little bit of a balanced approach. If you're Ten Hag in, it's fine. If you're Ten Hag out, that's even better. Let's have a normal discussion and debate. But at the end of the show, leave your comments so, what you think at the end of the day. Guys, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, and let's get right into the show, shall we?
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Right, well, I feel welcome. Dit is my home and I want to achieve success. Okay?
Well, as fans, we all want to see success. We've been waiting for years and years and years. We haven't won a Premier League title for 11 years. We haven't even won a Champions League for 11 years. And this is all stems down to Sir Alex Ferguson left. And of course, we've been run by the bankers and the glazers and incompetent people buying players based on the manager's demands, but never sort of ask the question, what is our identity? What is our style of play? What do we want to achieve in a long-term success? Well, enter Ineos and the 27% Ratcliffe coming in to say, like, look, this got to change. So Brails will come in, did a strategic review, just walked out and said, what the hell happened here? Seriously, it's like somebody pulled a hand grenade in the locker room and it's all blood on the floor. Everywhere is a mess. And hence what they did in the summer. They appointed the best in class people, Omar Barada, Dan Ashworth, a total new backroom staff. They did a strategic review, but it was only Dale Brailsford apparently that did that review. Omar Barada came out to say that I have nothing to do with this. Ashworth was appointed in July. He said also got nothing to do with this. But this is kind of the first time they sit together in a strategical review, because in business, you either do a bi-yearly review, performance review, or you do a quarterly or month by month. United decided they're going to do a quarterly review to sort of see where they're progressing in this new project. And when I'm talking about project, of course, I'm talking about a 3 to 5 year vision plan. And this is what is interesting, because Omar Barada made a statement to say, we aim objective is to win all the titles, be on the top by 2028. So that is your long-term vision plan. And where are we standing with Ten Hag at this moment? Well, of course, we did the strategical review. We looked at Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel was flirting, but said at the end of the day, he needs a little bit of a break. And media was kind of fueling this. And some fan base started to develop an agenda against United and our manager, as per usual. Of course, we are gullible reading what we are reading. Sometimes you just have to think a little bit longer. Of course, this season hasn't been easy for us because we did have high expectations with all these changes taking place, including myself. Went into the transfer market, did smart business. We didn't overpay for players. We sent a clear message to everyone that we are not the old Manchester United. We are the new Manchester United, and we will not overpay in the transfer market, which kind of led a little bit that we did, how do I say this in a nice way, over negotiate to the end of the transfer window to get Manuel Ugarte in. He came in very late. Then we got De Ligt and Mazarawi in for a whopping 52 million euros. That is arguably to say that the spine of Bayern Munich, right? But that took so long that it cost us the beginning of the Premier League, right? Because these players need to gel, they need to learn the culture, they need to know when you particularly start a new job, where's the stapler, where's the coffee machine, where do we go for lunch, XYZ. Now, of course, it hasn't been a start what we expected, and of course, mental health takes a big part of every human being because football is escapism. We sit here day in and day out looking forward for our boys to play football, even it's on the weekend or midday with Europa League, and we do expect to win. That is standards, and that is what Manchester United is all about. But one thing that we have to talk about is the media agenda, and they are driving this agenda apparently, in my opinion. We've seen the script before, so why are we getting fooled this time again? This strategical review has got nothing to do with Ten Hag's not to be or be. The Thomas Tuchel rumors is apparently just driven by his agent again. Thomas Tuchel, yes, he had a meeting with Ines, but he made it very clear that he wanted to have a mental break. He didn't want to jump into another job. And now apparently he's kind of looking, well, now I'm ready, but hey, agents, pull some fillers out. Apparently there is no concrete contact between United and Thomas Tuchel, but there has been a meeting taking place, and that has been corroborated and confirmed by Fabrizio Romano yesterday. We did a cover about that anyway. So anyway, big up people for coming in here raw. How you all doing? Let me see who's in the house. Richard Duffy saying Ten Hag out. Richard, it's your honest opinion. That's what you believe. I don't mind if you're Ten Hag in or Ten Hag out. Just leave a video connotation why you think it's Ten Hag out. I will give you my vision, what I'm kind of doubting that this is kind of a little bit of a rocky ice at the moment. But at the end of the day, this is a fan community driven channel and your voices matters here at the end of the day. Liars are not liars. Liars are not liars, Mick. Yeah, big up Gray 100 as well. Richard Duff is here. Ten Hag out as well. Again, Ten Hag out. Kenny Fan TV, what you saying here? Big up, Mick. I wouldn't be surprised if Ten Hag stays to the end of the season, even though I had a breaking point with Ten Hag. Well, let's not be reactionary, peeps. Let's be a little bit real. 14th in the table is not acceptable in my standards either. But when you actually look at the league table, we're literally 6 points away from top 4. That's 2 games, 2 matches, right? We've been Dorchester United. We are trying to sort of find the attacking patterns. But my opinion stems from this, that we have been set up very defensively in the 4-2-3-1 system with instructions that we will focus more of a possession-based football, win the ball high up on the pitch, by pressing, but also defending, playing out from the back, which kind of led to me that we are not really utilizing the players in the right position. We brought in Emmanuel Ugarte, which we haven't really seen, sitting on the bench, but playing Emmanuel Ugarte in this single pivot as a D number 6 enables you to play 2 number 8s, the 2 creators that will create for the wingers and the strikers. Now, one thing that is clear also to me that remember when we used to play under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and everything else, we used to have the intricate middle passes. We used to do 1-2 passes with Anthony Martial and everything else. But that is gone. There is no creativity and there is kind of cluelessness when we do attack. Everything goes to the wing. Jarvis did a brilliant scoreboard, tactical analysis about this yesterday in Jarvis's corner, when he made a very valid point that everything goes to Garnacho, Ahmad, or Rashford. Their job is just to drive to the byline, take on the defenders, and put crosses into the box. But there's nobody there because Højlund has been injured. Zirkzee is not number 9. Zirkzee is more of the Martial type that will link up the play. So we haven't really seen the best of our attacking force as of yet. That is my honest opinion, and I certainly do understand if you are out and you're in and you believe that this is a process that needs to take time. But I'm personally sick and tired of having this debate. But at the end of the day, we do need to have an adult conversation with an unbalanced approach, in my opinion. I cannot lie, it's not pretty to watch United. It's kind of confusing, especially when the last lineup against Spurs and last lineup against, who do we play now? We lost Spurs, we know that, but Aston Villa. But we had got away with the points. And Unai Emery was also showing respect by lining up pragmatic. But where does it leave us in the table with the international break? But as alluded before, yes, we are sitting 14th, doesn't look pretty. But luckily, like the international break will give us a little bit of a breathing space and think fresh. 6 points behind top four, that's achievable. Like there's plenty of games to play. I don't believe that they're going to sack Ten Hag whatsoever. Apparently, Ornstein was saying there's no FFP complication if they decide to go that route. But what good is going to do the club now? And who is available? In that case, the only thing that I can see is Zinedine Zidane. There's out of the job because no other manager will come in that is already under contract. Maybe Sisu can do the job. Maybe not. Maybe Ruud van Nistelrooy can do the job. I will tell you a story about Ruud van Nistelrooy. Yesterday, I met two Feyenoord fans. I had a conversation. Of course, the Arne Slot fans, Liverpool fans, who cares? But they gave me this story about Ruud van Nistelrooy's time at PSV. They said he was unstoppable. They hated his guts because they didn't have any answers. Ruud was ruthless. He was constantly standing on the touchline, being the conductor, demanding maximum attacking football for his players. And that worked. So the question is, why did Ruud leave, PSV, to join in as assistant manager? So Ineos has a plan at the moment, as per my understanding. This is a project master plan, according to what Omar Barada was also saying, that we are planning to get on the top by 2028. But fans, we don't have the patience. I can step up tomorrow, slip on a banana skin and break my neck, and I will never see Man United win. So, of course, I want to see us winning ways. But we also have to be sensible. We also have to understand that it's not like a switch of a light bulb, what, Sir Jim Ratcliffe was saying in that interview. So they clearly have a plan, and we are just consumers of the game watching. Having an opinions is great. But at the end of the day, ask yourself the question, do we as fans have power to influence, to pick the team, to pick the strategy, to pick the style of play? That is actually done by the current football operations, and they're currently sitting here discussing on a quarterly meeting, first quarterly meeting where everyone is on board, assessing how did we go with this 3 months? Where do we need to change? So this is what it is. Anyway, big up for everyone that's coming into the house. Let's see. Solo is in the house. Big up, Solo. How are you doing? We have Kenny Fan TV as well. We have more. Nile is in the house. Hi, Mick. How are you? And everyone. Sorry, not viewed much. Been really busy with work. Same as me. And hasn't been easy when we had this expectation with Man United not performing, not firing on all cylinders, and of course it's affecting your mood, especially when you expect us to win, when we need to win, and it is what it is, mate. Ginger Bish is in the house. Good. God help us, Ineos, if they decide to keep him. They're going to lose a huge chunk of the fan base within 6 months. But we don't know. That's the thing. We're living in the unknown, if you're being real. I refuse to put myself in the in or out category, as explained before. I'm a Man United in fan, third generation. Of course, I understand your connotations that if you're in or out, but I just want us to see playing good football. I just wanted to see a win game by game. This is my expectations, because whenever I tune into looking forward for a Thursday game or a weekend game, it's escapism. That's what it is. Everyone has the busy lives, they're working, and then we get that 95 minutes or 98, whatever the VR decides to put on, to escape a bit, to be endorsed, to be entertained by endorphins or depression after we lose. So football is emotions at the end of the day. Sometimes you can't see the forest from the trees, and that's why I'm sitting here talking. You know what I mean? Sole is saying we are in the relegation battle this season. If they keep Ten Hag, they should call the plug in the summer on him. But Sole, yes, they did almost do that, to be honest. The rumors was not bogus. They were planning to sort of kick him out. Particularly when you have a new establishment, when you have Omar Barada coming in, and Dan Ash would always bring him his own coach that he works with. But they were on garden leave. They were not part of the decision-making process. So it was only Dale Brailsford that did the overall strategic review, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe trusted Dale Brailsford. They've been doing business for over 18 years. So it is what it is. But I think that winning of that FA Cup final of City made them think twice. Because all of a sudden, the people that were Ten Hag out started to say, well, don't sack him. We won the FA Cup. We can do this. It looks great. The shape looks good. Amrabat was part of the squad. Amrabat showed him, what a proper CDM playing in the right position can do for United. But apparently now he's kind of reverting back to the pragmatic style. And last time I lost the shit as well, like you guys. Why would you use the new signings that is worth over £300 million on the bench and play Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire? Well, my simple analogy was that we needed a little bit of experience with the height in the box, and that worked because their set pieces were shit, absolute crap. And Johnny Evans was the man of the match. But should we really rely on Johnny Evans, a 37-year-old? Big up, he's a legend. Harry Maguire, what everyone wanted out of the door, played his socks off. Right, so it is what it is. At least we walked away with 1 point, and everyone was expecting that we were getting in battery. And now we have 2 weeks break, international breaks, which is absolutely boring. Niall, what you're saying here, Ten Hag is not fully to blame. The players need to take a blame because a lot of the players are lazy, overpaid, and should be sacked as well. Not down to Ten Hag as the players are not trying. That's a good question. I mean, that is a good comment. I like comments like that because that leads to an open-ended debate. Sure, you know what? Players need to prove it on the pitch, not just on the training ground. Like, we hear stories that Delo is best in training. We hear that Bruno is so good in training. But guess what? That means jack shit if you're not performing on the pitch. But I also believe that Ten Hag is a very introverted person. That stems from my conversation with the PSV fans that I had a discussion with yesterday. I see Ten Hag as a mastermind tactician. Like, he's got his plan all planted in his head. He knows what he wants to achieve. But the problem is, if you're an introverted person, your problem is your communication. You need to transfer that seed that you have in your head, that Picasso painting, into everyone to follow the instructions. But I also think that this system hinders the players to play to the best ability because it's so shackled in a way that you've been given instructions that you should operate in this box, you should press now, follow the triggers, defend. But where is the creation? Under Ten Hag's tenure, barring that the Barnsley 7-0 was a record, we only sort of maximum score 3 goals, 3-1, 3-0 maximum. But that is due to what I believe is that he changed his style of play season 2 with the 4-2-3-1. I say that, you know what? Switch it up a bit. Play a balanced team. Don't just shoehorn Garnacho into the right because Garnacho is a star boy now. Garnacho is the best to the left. But to the left, we also have a Marcus Rashford that is now on fire, apparently. So you see the point here. Like, the point is also that we don't really have a proper left back, and Diego Delo has been deputizing, but he's not a left footer. So that's instantly creating the problems because we don't overlap anymore, like on the left-hand side. What's the solution? Well, Luke Shaw, Karol Malacia. Again, a restructure doesn't happen over one summer, right? What we've done here over this summer has been remarkable, but not enough. It will take us minimum 2 transfer windows to get rid of all the deadwoods like Luke Shaw and all them. Bruno Fernandes is aging, right? Bruno Fernandes will not be part of this future. And again, that comes down to the transfer policy. United went into the market with the strategy to say we will not recruit players under 24, like maximum 24, 25. Why? Because they're building a team for the future. They see this vision that Bruno will be here for now, leading the ship, but Bruno is exhausted. We will not see Harry Maguire being in the squad anymore. We will not see Johnny Evans. We will see the introduction of succession planning like Harry Amas playing on the left back. We see Ethan Wheatley playing as a striker as well. There's so many players, Dan Gore, etc., etc. So I thought about it long and hard, and at the end of the day, my conclusion is as fans. We can have opinions, but we don't control what's going on, who selects the team. When was the last time we sat here and made a prediction right, the starting 11, under Ten Hag's tenure? I can just pick 2 times in my YouTube career. The rest has just been mind-boggling. Like, what's going on here? Why are you picking this? Why are you picking that? Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But one thing is clear: no matter what, if you're Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out, or Ten Hag out, we dream the same thing. We want the same thing, and that is one thing only: to bring Man United back to the top again, where we used to be. We're not the same team as Sir Alex when he left. Of course, there's been a big gap of 10 years of not being properly run. It's been bankers hijacking the club. It's been the Glazers, clueless, pumping in money but taking also money. But now that stopped, because now we have footballing operation people that put this strategy in place. I know it's hard to say trust the process. We've been hearing that a lot of times, but sometimes you just have to look at it from 360 and say, well, they started something. Perhaps they see Ten Hag as the guy that will run this for one more year. It's like running that 400-meter relay, right? When you have that stick, right? You start running the first 100 meter and then you pass it on. Well, I think that's similar what they're trying to do here. Ten Hag has 1 year left on his contract with another extension. So I think that will give him the benefit of doubt for the rest of the season here, because now they've established all the process, they've given him all the backroom stuff and all the tools. And of course, unfortunately, it's been a rocky start, as what you guys said. 7 points out of 8 matches, or 8 points out of 7 matches, 14th in the league, 6 points away from top 4. Is there a sackable offense? Perhaps not. We will never know. But now, apparently, I want to bring this to the stage, what Melissa Reddy was saying as well. Let's play this clip. Exactly what I was saying. Is that anticipation what some journalists and some fan base has been driving, that this is a meeting all about Ten Hag's being sacked? No, if you work in business, you have bi-yearly or yearly reviews, or you change it to monthly review or quarterly review when you go over performances and everything and discuss improvements. Why they're doing monthly or quarterly is simple fact, because that gives you more time to tweaks. Rather than do it once a year, 1 year's passed, and what are you going to do? So in this case, Omar Barada is involved. He's been there 3 months. Ashford has been there 3 months. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. This is what this meeting is all about. So there we go. As deluded, I find it very, very intriguing. What's been written all over the shop, right? And I will get into that. But as deluded, right? This is the first time the full board gets together, like everyone that was appointed to discuss footballing operations. And Joel Glazer never flies over. The reason why Joel Glazer is in town as well, hate him, I hate him, is also because they're going to discuss about the development run, Manchester and the stadium. And there's been the mayor of Manchester and everyone, they're going to meet and greet. And who is the asset owner, the commercial asset owner around, Old Trafford? Well, it's actually the Glazers. So that's pretty much what it is. But however, it is all about performance. Football is a result business, and I do understand that, right? I don't think that they're going to get rid of him right now. It doesn't look like it, to be honest. They're going to stick with him. And if the result goes tits up to Christmas, they're probably going to pull the trigger. It's not acceptable. So I think it's squeaky bum bum time here for Eric. And I think the international break for the boys and Eric will give them a little bit of time to tweak things around. Because if you look at when we return back, there is certainly winnable games. And you cannot afford to lose another point in the Prem, right? You need to win every single game and pray also that some of the rivals are losing. The thing is that Ange Postecoglou bottled it as well, but nobody really talks about Ange Postecoglou. If you know, you know. Anyway, big up UK Strengths, big up Lucky Singh, big up everyone that's saying Glazes out. I can see you guys. I hear you. There is about 500 watching. If you guys can give us a little bit of a thumbs up, smash the like. We haven't been doing live streaming for a while. I've been super busy and also having a little bit of a personal health issues as well. So bear with me and bear with me. David Potter is in the house. Let me see what the comments are saying. I want to hear from you guys. What are you thinking? Give us your comments. If you're watching this in retrospective, always interesting to hear your comments. What do you think? Like, do you think he's going to be saved or do you think he's going to be sacked? It certainly doesn't sound like it. Tommy Boyle is in the house. What you saying? If you know anything about running a business, you know that the double-edged sword situation always ends up in the inevitable change, especially when it's failing. That is it, I think. That's a good comment, Tommy. You know what? Everyone that's in business or been in management, been part of a leadership board or doing change management, transformation and change, you have a project plan and it's something called agile, right? Or if you do Prince 2 practitioner, you always look at the bottlenecks, but everything has a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 implementation. And I think right now we are in phase 2 in that project plan. The phase 1 was to get in the footballing operational people. They're now in. Phase 2 was to look at overhauling the squad, 17 players out. And phase 3 there as well, part of phase 2.1 was to sort of see what kind of style of play do you want. Manager is there. And let's do recruitment, right? We spent money, 100%. We didn't overpay. We did smart business. We did something called amortization, which means that we didn't spend more than 120 net spend, right? And we sold 17 players. So we're going to watch a little bit of video, like why reinvent the wheel. Something caught my attention by another YouTube account that I really, really like. At the end of the day, like blame the players for this mess. Look, we can point fingers on players. We can point fingers of, the management. They can point fingers of the ownership. But they're equally guilty, in my opinion, right? Because they've now been part of one board, one footballing operational people sitting and discussing transfer plans. And I said it in a stream before. Did this overpaying, over negotiating for lowering down the fees for these players, the key players that we brought in over the summer, cost us points in the season? In my opinion, yes. Why? Because we were not really ready. We didn't have a proper preseason with new signings. So we saw Matthias de Ligt giving his first 90 minutes debut. When? Three matches ago. Manuel Ugarte started when? FC20. He did full 90 minutes and then he was taken off, never to be seen again. And Mazarawi, on the other hand, has been featured ever since he came in. He's been doing fantastically well. We still have no left backs, waiting for them to come back as well. So it is what it is. Rasmus Højlund just came back from his injury as well. So we're not really firing in all cylinders, and we got to take everything into consideration. But you can also point the footballing operations that, fine, you got us the players right. You also was part of the decision who to recruit. So they're equally guilty in my eyes, if you're going to be balanced, right? What's Jack saying? I blame artful dodgers in the middle. Yeah. Michael Powell, what you saying? Yeah, big up, Michael. Just happy to have our Mick Ruby in top form. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm in a good spirit at the moment, because sometimes you just need to take a break, a social break, reflect what's important in life. And football is just a game, right? It brings us joy, brings us happiness. And Man United is my escapism, is my second love, right? It's my second family, and you guys are my second family. So, but sometimes when you're overworked, when you're tired, it kind of takes a little toll on you. But one thing we know, the cure for this, you know what that is? You know what the cure is for this depression, what we're living right now? It's called winning, right? Just take yourself back into Ten Hag's first season when we went on a winning streak. We were unstoppable, unbeaten at Old Trafford. I remember the fan base was in euphoria, right? Where is that fan base now? Split, divided. And I think it's been influenced by certain media as well. Solo, what you're saying here. So other teams improving and we're going backwards. Yeah, we can say that we are, instead of putting the gear shift into the second gear, we put it in reverse at the moment. But is it too early to panic? That's my question mark to you guys. You're staring yourself blind at the table, 7 games in the Premier League and 14th. But look at it. We're only 2 games, winning games away from reaching top 4, and plenty games to play. So I'd rather not be reactionary and sensationalist. I'm going to be real. Yes, I'm not happy the way we are playing. It's very boring to watch, 100%. Who is to blame? I don't know, to be honest. Has Ten Hag reached his ceiling? Perhaps he has. But is it too early to sort of cry wolf at the moment? What if he turns it around, right? I bet you that everyone that is Ten Hag out right now, and this is just opinion though, if we start getting on the bike and starts winning every single game to Christmas, and we are all of a sudden sitting in top 4, third place, I bet you that the cure for that is that happiness and winning beats everything. And that's just my opinion though. But anyway, let me know what you think as well. Abdullah Irfan, Wayne Rooney says that Man United players need to be doing better amid the club's worst ever Premier League start. Yeah, 100%. It is the club's worst start. And for a man of standards, I'm a winner in everything that I do. Everything I touch, I want to win. I hate to lose. And therefore, losing a game or drawing a game feels so horrible, right? Sure, it does. But at the end of the day, yeah, Kingsley, what you're saying here, I think we should try Van Nistelrooy for some time. That's your opinion. Everyone is entitled for opinions. The funny thing is, when you think about it, a world without opinions would be, what, dictatorship, right? Wouldn't it be? What if all the world leaders and politicians would agree on the same opinion? We wouldn't have wars. We wouldn't have conflicts at the moment. The world would be in peace. But that's just not the world we're living at the moment. That's just not the way the cookie is crumbling, isn't it? So too early in October, exactly what Ian is saying. Last October, when we were getting humiliated in Europe, a year later, we are shocking. We scored 1 league goal at home. Yeah. That is the reality, guys. We cannot dilute it. We cannot sugarcoat it. I mean, we can stare ourselves blind on the stats. Ten Hag can say, well, we had a lot of ball possession. But ball possession doesn't win you games. Scoring goals wins you game. Ten Hag needs to find that formula to release the shackles of the player. players. But we will see. We will see what will happen in the international break. Big up. Listen, guys, I will mention something here, and big up with permission from United People's TV. I kind of admire Sam Peoples because he always keeps it balanced and keeps it real, like myself as well. We don't like to do sensational stuff. I don't like to do clickbaiting stuff. I like to talk about United from a balanced approach. Again, when everyone has an opinion, no matter where you are in the world, we're all wearing the same shirt, the badge, and we all expect standards. But at the end of the day, has media played a big part in this role? I want to play a clip from Sam that he did yesterday. Hence, I was thinking to do the same video. And I've been talking about this for a year, about the media agenda and Man United. And after we review this clip, I want to hear your opinion as well. What do you think? This might be an eye-opener, so let's do this. Let's go into Sam Peoples' video that he released yesterday. Let me just go find it. Here we go. Guys, big up to Sam People and United People's TV. Let's play this. It's about 8 minutes long. Let's listen to it very carefully. And I want to hear your opinions afterwards. So thank you, Sam, for making this video. Let's go. Exactly. Dord, but very Dord. It is. Oh, no sound? Lee Parker, no sound? Let me do it again. Sorry. um, what the hell is going on here? No sound. Okay. Listen, guys, I'm sorry about that one. Let me just do it again. And thank you for reminding me. And let's just stop sharing and let's put on the sound. Let's see what happened to the sound. Add to stage. Let's see. Sorry about that. Here we go. Hopefully you have sound. You will have sound. Okay. Let's see. Sorry about that. Sorry for slaughtering that. Let me know if you have sound now. Let's go. Let's play this clip. Sound? But never ignored. Guys, do you have sound? Nope. So there's no sound. Give me no sound. What the hell is going on here? Shit, a brick, man. Okay, well, let's try something different. And let's remove this from stage. And let's go up to here and see if we do have sound. Stop sharing. Sometimes this shit happens, right? When you want to play a clip, you just get a hip, right? Also share system sound. Yes, true. Entire screen window. Let's go there. Let's go there. Share. Let's put that to the stage. And let's try to refurbish it a bit. Let's see. No, no, this is not what we want. No, 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 no. Yes, no, yes, no. Shit, a brick. All right, then. Guys, let me know if you have sound or not. Let's do it again. Any sound? Any sound? Yes? No? Ah, shit. All right then. I don't know what's going on here. Why I'm not getting any sound, guys? But true, true that, guys. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Just go into some people's video yesterday exposing the media Manchester United circus. That is the reference I can give you. The link is in the video description. It's a brilliant video done by some peoples, but it takes you down the memory lane all the way from the 90s and the media's agenda. No matter what United does, it's never been given the praise, right? It's always been finding negative connotation, and it's a gold mine. You know, United sells so much stories. I'm so not happy that I couldn't share this clip, and maybe I could do something to download it. I don't know, but it's too late, guys. So we are kind of running about 40 minutes into the stream. You know what? Go and check out that video. 100%. Like, go do it. That was kind of the little bit what I want to talk about there, because it really hit me, like, with this video, because I was thinking to do the same content regarding that. The key point to takeaway here is 100%, like, United is a gold mine, right? Let's just go and bring this. So there's certain elements that we will mention here, with Jamie Carragher, being scripted by Sky Sports, spreading lies, convinced from the original that Lisandro Martinez is too short for being a centre back. We all remember, without even kicking a ball, and Graham Souness being the worst sourpuss of them all, right? And then exposed because part of his idol was also the same height, 176. Jamie Carragher. So it's always been finding an agenda, like, about United, and basically they're talking about United's transfer fees, right? United transfer fees was, as what we know, Sky Sports reported add-on fees, which is never the case, right? They reported that we spent 219 million in the summer, but they simply took the add-ons into the contract, which is not the way you calculate, just to inflate things, to infuse things, right? Just to summarize certain things as well, we actually spent 102 million in net spend, right? 102 million net spend. But this came down to player sales, but they didn't calculate it either in Sky Sports coverage. Suddenly, it becomes like funny, like they like to see, like, oh, how much money did Ten Hag spend at major signings? But they never mention that it's never the manager that signs this players. It's not his decision. He's been asked, do you want us to buy this player? Club has gone out to say, well, Ten Hag, we have this profile player. Okay, you guys do the negotiation. It's not my job, right? So who did we have to negotiate? We had John Murta. We had all these clowns. And now we had Omar Barada coming in here with Ashworth and, Wilcox and all them. And they sit down together this summer to say, well, these are the targets. Let's go for it. And we absolutely saw that we went for the right targets. We know that we snubbed Real Madrid over Lenny Euro. We got Lenny Euro over the line. We got two defenders in terms of Matthias de Ligt and Mazarawi over for 51 million. But for some reason, they added on the add-ons into the fee. So they're constantly creating this agenda, right? So the point is, enough is enough, right? Rashford got a lot of negative criticism, of course. We know that. But at the same time, that was the Belfast incident. Of course, media are writing this, oh, Manchester United decide to Ten Hag regardless, cup finals. That never happened, right? So it's a very interesting, and especially after the disgrace after we won the FA Cup as well, when we absolutely had a stinker there, when we absolutely had the first line of question from the pundit, is your job safe? He was shocked. What? I just won the FA Cup and now you're asking me to be sacked? Now, it has always been the case. It's been always been the case, especially when on Talk Sports as well, when we have Flex defending it. and certain players or pundits still driving the agenda, laughing at it, pointing fingers. Come on, it's United. You got to be shit. You got to stay down there. We still, you know what I mean? And this is a brilliant video anyway. I'm just going through highlights of it here because there's no sound. But again, Kobe Maino, people lifted it up, and now he's shit apparently. You know, he's certainly not to go to the Man United like they're making him out to be. Graham Souness. Right? You get my point. First, they big them up, and now they say he's shit. We have ESPN, Rob Dawson, and all them stuff, right? But this guy, he's the evil, pure evil. They get paid, people. These pundits are getting paid to drive the agenda. And again, Man United Circus has been existing for over 10 years, 15 years. The only difference is that when it was Sir Alex Ferguson, he used to control them. They hated him, right? Ten Hag is not that media type of character. We know that. He's very direct, doesn't give a shit. He still talks his rubbish after the games. We know that. But just saying. Just saying. Just go watch this video. It's just the way it is, right? So the same media scrutiny was where Jack Grealish was crashing his car, breaking lockdown. Hardly get any media coverage. It was facts. But when Marcus Rashford did, it was all over the news. You know what? That's just a fact, right? This is how the media runs it. It is just pure Jack Grealish. And also, they talked about the signing of Jack Grealish, most expensive Premier League footballer, stands for Man City. But Jack Grealish has been doing shit, but nothing about Grealish. They like to compare it like this. Let me see. Right. Pep Guardiola backs Jack Grealish to start scoring for Man City despite slow start since 100 million move. All right. What about the treatment about Anthony? What about the treatment of our players? It's all over the news, but nothing about City players, nothing about other players. It's simply like this. We are shit, right? Here's the incident with the car crash. Marcus Rashford. Here's the incident of Jack Grealish. Story. Marcus Rashford in desperate need, guiding force, the PR nightmare. I mean, come on, what happened to Grealish car? We all remember during the lockdown, right? It was just simple bullshit, right? Grealish crashes his car in 2020. Didn't even get media coverage. So, why? Why? Again, why? Why this PR agenda? Why? Why was this Southgate fueling to the fan base, which was absolutely bullshit? It's just to round you up, guys. That's my opinion, to round you up. At the end of the day, love them, hate them, ignore them. Love them, hate them, adore them, but never ignore them, guys. I'm so sorry I couldn't play this clip, guys, in full. I'm so sorry that there was no sound. But again, go into the video's description. Go back to yesterday's video, which is called Exposing the Media's Manchester United Circus. That's all I wanted to share for today. I wanted just to share my thoughts on this. Again, if you have different opinion, leave your comments in the non-live comment section. Hopefully this kind of wakes you up a bit to understand like where we stand as a club. Of course, we have standards, but the media has been our nemesis. And arguably to say that part of our fan base has also been the worst enemy of United. We always seem to think that sacking the manager is the answer. Getting rid of that player will solve the problem. We're living in a short-term span. We never look at the long-term vision. And right now, today, there's a visionary meeting. There's a project plan going on. I'm not saying that Ten Hag might be the guy, but I am kind of backing whatever is going on right now. Because for the first time since Sir Alex Ferguson left, we're actually having a proper structure. If you look around the other Premier League clubs and all around football clubs around the world, They already have set a precedence. So Arne Slot walks into Jurgen Klopp's job. That's been established for 7 years, this process and everything what they're doing. Arne Slot just comes in, inherits already a good squad, plays the same style, 4-3-3, just to do little minor tweaks, and off they go, flying to the Rockets. Now, we have a new sporting director in, we have a new technical director in, a new head of scouting, new backroom staff, and Rennie Hanke, new set-piece coaches, Ruud van Nistelrooy. They're all trying to gel together. Barring in that, having to say that, I will not force you to be Ten Hag in or Ten Hag out, and I will not ever force any of my opinions on my own. Yesterday, I had a little bit of a heated debate with Mark, and I did apologize because I just went frustrated. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. With the biggest club in the world, and managing Man United is the hardest job you can ever do, I think. But, as per usual, we're having a balanced approach discussion. Let me know what you think. Let me know, because I'm seriously interested to hear your thoughts. Guys, at the end of the day, this has been a fantastic stream. Little bit of interaction with you. I do apologize for the technical issues, but it's an eye-opener in a way. Like, I want you guys to think. Sometimes take a step back from United and just think. With everything that's been said and done, I know it's not easy. I always ask the question to you guys: how do you feel to be a Man United supporter today? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit, like Gattuso is saying. But certainly we are here as a family. Again, we're here because we're dreaming. We're dreaming of silverware. We want us to be back into the glory days. And I certainly believe, that we will be there. We will reach it. When? I don't know. The proof will be in the pudding. At the end of the day, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. And what? We should see it in the next one. Glory, glory, Man United. Thank you for watching. See us. No, I'm not going to end the stream. I'm just joking. But please, again, I repeat, let's have a proper discussion. Let's think about it, and we'll see you back in a couple of days. Let's do that. Food for thought. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.